A boutonniere splint. A boutonniere is a rupture of your extensor tendon right over the PIP joint. So what we're going to do in that pathology, we need to keep the PIP joint extended, but we're allowed to bend the PIP joint. So it's going to be a finger-based design. You're going to take your pen, you're going to trace a pattern around the radial side of the finger, all the way around to the fingertip. You're going to come around and right at your DIP joint, that's when you're going to identify the DIP joint. We need to make a little flap. We're going to come down, and then we're going to bring that flap back at the base of the proximal phalanx. Now we're going to cut this pattern. So now we finished cutting it. Now, as you can see, we're going to just put it, it's going to be a dorsal-based splint. We're going to check our pattern to make sure that it's going to wrap around, okay? And now we're going to have a little tab here that we're going to have to cut as we're making the splint, okay? But this looks good. It's clearing the crease at the distal phalanx, and it's going to crease the proximal crease here in the proximal phalanx. Now we're going to trace this onto our thermoplastic, put it in the hot water, and then we're going to form it on our client. So we're going to trace it on the thermoplastic here. Now we take our cut pattern, we're going to put it in the hydrocollator, and we're going to keep it there for approximately 3 minutes before we pat it dry and place it back on our client. Here's our thermoplastic. We're going to place it around our finger. We're going to make sure that we roll it by the DIP joint so it doesn't impinge or restrict any motion. We're contouring the splint as we're forming, and then we're also going to roll, if we can at the same time, our proximal edge so it doesn't irritate the web space between the adjacent finger. So this I didn't get a chance to do all in one swoop. So I'm going to readjust it, or reheat it, and fix that. So we have reheated. I've reheated the material. I've adjusted everything. We're forming it. And now we have almost a circumferential fit over the proximal and middle phalanx. And our DIP joint's going to be left free. So now we have our finished orthosis. Just for time, you're going to put a Velcro over the middle of the splint. We're going to put another piece of Velcro on the volar side of the splint. And then we're going to put another piece of Velcro over the distal phalanx. You're going to use some strapping to secure it over the finger. Again, I'm rushing through this, just being respectful of time. We're going to wrap it again. Now,
I think it needs to move more properly.
As you can see, our splint design here is a circumferential splint, ensuring that the PIP joint will not bend. And then, Juliana, can you flex and extend? And she can do that without any impingement. And then we'll try to flex and extend, and then we'll strap it back up.